Welcome to Facts 101, where you'll learn about interesting and random facts. Do animals have DNA? Yes, all of them actually, and not just animals. Every living thing on Earth, including a single-celled bacteria, trees, and plants, has DNA in its cells. You might expect to share many genes with a chimpanzee or a bonobo, our closest living relatives. But did you know you also share genes with the banana the chimp is chomping? How long do I need to sleep before I start to dream? Dreams don't start until you reach a state called REM, rapid eye movement sleep, roughly 90 minutes after your head hits the pillow. Why do I see in color? Your retina is covered with millions of special cells called rods and cones that process light from the lens. Cones detect colors. People who are colorblind are missing cone cells for a particular color, while the rods process light information. Scientists can guess at how animals perceive vision by counting the rods and cones in their eyes. Cats, for instance, have 8 times as many rods as humans, but far fewer cones, which explains their excellent night vision and their relative color blindness. Why are my tears salty? Sodium chloride, the most common type of salt, is in all your body's fluids: blood, sweat, and yep, tears. Your tears contain a little less than 1% salt. Why do I get wax in my ears? In this case, gross is good. Your ear canal secretes this waxy stuff to collect and clear out other crud, dust, dirt, and germs. Eventually, the wax, along with its nasty cargo, works its way out of your ear canal. Why does the Earth spin fastest at the equator? That's where the Earth is widest along its axis, so any point along the equator has a greater distance to travel during each daily rotation than any point closer to the poles. Still confused? Think of a merry-go-round. The horses on the outside have a greater distance to travel around the carousel, and thus move faster than the horses on the inside. Why do toilets north and south of the equator flush in different directions? It's a fact confirmed by cartoons and travel shows. Flush a toilet in England and the water swirls counterclockwise. Flush one in Australia and it empties clockwise. The reason? The Earth's rotation exerts a spinning force called the Coriolis effect on the draining water, and this force works in opposite directions on either side of the equator. Flush your toilet to see the Coriolis effect in full effect. Neat, huh? There's just one problem. The Earth's rotation has nothing to do with the direction of draining toilet water. Hidden jets under the rim of the toilet determine which way the water drains, and that direction varies by manufacturer rather than by hemisphere. While the Coriolis effect affects the spin of large-scale phenomena such as hurricanes, the planet's rotation is much too slow to affect your flush. Why does the sun rise and set? It's not the sun that soars across the sky. The Earth itself is rotating on its axis, one full rotation per day. And that spin makes heavenly bodies appear to rise in the east and set in the west, to us earthlings on the ground. Why do skunks stink? Mess with a skunk and you'll be sorry. Glands in their butt are loaded with an oily, sticky, stinky musk. They can squirt up to 10 feet or 3 meters away. This spray reeks of sulfurous chemicals called thiols that can potentially knock out, burn, and even kill animals that take a direct hit. Skunks, which are nocturnal, active at night, develop this stinky weapon to deter predators that hunt using smell in the darkness. Most of the time, skunks don't even need to use their butt blasters. An angry display is often all it takes to frighten away predators, which have learned to associate the skunk's white stripe with an awful stink. Why is it so hard to swat a fly? Anyone who has wasted time trying to bat this buzzing bug would swear it has powers of teleportation, as it magically disappears at the moment of impact before reappearing an instant later over the potato salad. The good news is, flies don't have superpowers. They're just aces at flying and have reflexes faster than any fighter pilot. How fast? In less than 1/100th of a second, or a 50th of the time it takes to blink, a fly can detect an incoming threat from any direction, thanks to large eyes designed to detect movement, perform a roll to change direction, and zip away at full throttle. Scientists credit the fly's amazing reaction time to a special neuron or brain cell running from the bug's itty-bitty brains to their muscles. It's like they have an instant connection between their eyes and their wings. Why are flamingos pink? These big, bent-beaked birds are born with drab feathers. As they age, the flamingo's plumage turns pink from the bacteria and a vitamin-rich pigment called beta-carotene in the bird's shrimp-filled diet. Why do lizards lose their tails? To survive. Weak points in the tail help it break free when a predator pounces or a bird swoops in for the kill. The squiggling tail distracts the predator while the lizard flees to safety. Eventually, the tail regrows, and the lizard is ready to lose it all over again. Why do dogs sniff each other's behinds? Spot's sense of smell is 100 times more sensitive than yours, and he lives in a world where odor is information. Glands on a dog's backside transmit all sorts of info about his or her identity, including age, sex, social status, and much more. So when dogs sniff each other's stinky parts, they're really just saying hello. Why does bubblegum lose its flavor? Chewing gum is a funny kind of food, the only kind you're allowed to play with. Go ahead and chew it, snap it, and blow it into bubbles. But whatever you do, don't swallow it. Gum's rubbery properties are a product of its ingredients, including synthetic rubber and softeners that keep it from turning into a chalky block in your mouth. Synthetic rubber? Softeners? Yummy! Or not, which is why gum makers add flavorings, the closest thing to food in the ingredients list. And like food, these sweeteners mix with saliva in your mouth and sink to your stomach each time you swallow. Eventually, all the sweeteners head south, leaving you with a flavorless lump of softened rubber to spit into the nearest trash can. Why do baseball and American football players smear black stuff under their eyes? Before the game, players add a stripe of eye black grease under each eye to reduce glare from the sun and stadium lights. Why is yawning contagious? Yawns don't catch on among children younger than 5 or among people with emotionally dampening disorders. That leads researchers to believe contagious yawning is just another way humans reinforce social bonds between people. Humans are social and emotional animals. We tend to understand and feel the emotion of friends and even strangers. Yawning falls into that category. When we see someone yawn, we yawn. What are fingernails made out of? Believe it or not, that armor plating at the tips of your fingers is made of the same stuff as your hair and skin, a protein called keratin. It's also in the hooves and horns of animals. Where do boogers come from? Snot is sticky for a reason. It collects all the crud that gets up your nose. Once snot reaches the nostrils, it dries into crumbly little boogers for easy disposal. Polite people blow them into tissues. Everyone else engages in rhinotelexis, the technical term for nose picking. Thank you for watching Facts 101. We hope you learned some interesting new facts. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.